Are childcare handouts foreshadowing an election? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heiser here, and welcome to another episode of Heiser Says. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a talk about these childcare handouts that are, well, coming in the new budget. Now, maybe I'm just getting old and cynical, but, I somehow suspect this may be preparation for an election. I know it's shocking to dare even say that our politicians would do that. But what do you reckon, everyone? Before we have a look at this article, let's start by looking at just voting intentions. And we see here, this is the latest Roy Morgan data. You've got two-party preferred. The ALP are slightly ahead, unchanged since February 2021, at 50.5%, while the LNP is at 49.5%. And if you look at the voting intentions here, ALP only has 34.5%, LNP has 41%, Greens have 12.5%, and Independents are 12%. Now, if anyone says the Greens have never been in power, this is why they have influence. ALP needs their preferences. The ALP, if we just went first past the post, would have no chance. They need the Greens to get into power. That's, well, the advantage of the preferential system. It allows you to, indicate vote for your preferences and not waste a vote, unlike other countries. It would just be beneficial if more people understood the power they would have. Now, if we have a look here, we've just had the Tasmanian election, and it looks like the Liberals are going to come in with enough of a majority to form Parliament directly and not need any Greens support. So we'll have to see how that happens. It's interesting, that they're doing so well in Tasmania. But, maybe this is just a time when incumbent governments get back in. So let's have a look at these childcare handouts, everyone, and let us know what you think about them. So, the Morrison government announces a $1.7 billion childcare package in the federal budget. A $1.7 billion childcare package to ease costs for working parents with two or more children won't be rolled out soon enough to help hurting families, advocates say. Oh, come on. The people are begging for more money. I mean, I'll leave my commentary till we get to the solutions. We'll see if I try. And you've got to remember, I'm speaking from the perspective of a father of 5 with the 6th on the way. An overhaul of the childcare system would slash fees for working families with 2 or more children and has been welcomed by the sector. Of course it's been welcomed by the sector. It's more money for the sector. Come on, everyone. But some advocates are warning the ease to hip pocket pressure will not come soon enough, with the changes not coming into effect until July 2022. The Morrison government on Sunday announced a $1.7 billion package that will increase the childcare subsidy to a maximum of 95% for the second and subsequent children in childcare. Well, fantastic. I should tell Rachel we should go stick our kids in childcare so the state can raise them. Yeah, no thank you. No. The funding, part of next week's federal budget, will also abolish the $10,560 annual subsidy cap for high-income earners. Early Childhood Australia boss Sam Page said the move would make childcare more affordable and give parents wanting to return to work more choices. It's good for children, good for families, and good for the economy, Miss Page said. How's it good for children? Is it good for children? I think the advocates for early childhood education are kind of biased, honestly. You can get a lot of early childhood education in a family, like traditionally happened. It's really sad that some people are being forced to go back to work because they've got no other choice. Who's taken nearly half our revenue in taxes for all our lives? It's the government. So, they're being pressured to go back to work. They're going to put babies in childcare. It doesn't seem like we've progressed much as a civilization. This is the type of stuff from the 19th century, everyone. This isn't a new invention. I'm a bit concerned about it not coming into effect until the middle of next year because the system is too complex. to be introduced in a shorter time frame. Or we need to reduce the government intervention in that sector to make it cheaper and easier. But anything with kids, people are just going to be terrified. They're going to be worried. You know, they want the government theatre and the regulation. My sister-in-law, to take care of a child, had to jump through all these hoops, pay to be a part of this other, agency that is skimming a bit of her pay every time so that the parents can get the government money. It's just a complete mess. Opposition childcare spokeswoman Amanda Rishworth said all families needed support now. This relief is not coming until July 1, 2022. They pushed it down the road when we know families are hurting now, she said. Good Start Early Learning CEO Julia Davidson said the investment would make a real difference for the 250,000 families where there is no financial incentive to return to work because of the high out-of-pocket costs. Well, yeah. And I was talking to Rachel, and she said a lot of women only work 3 days, even professionals, because sometimes it doesn't make sense to keep working. Maybe raise your own kids. Okay, what's wrong with that? That's a good thing. That's normal. That's how it used to be traditionally. I know people hate in the modern world, and these feminists hate these gender roles, but, you know, there's a bit of history there, and kind of civilization has kind of survived because of that. The removal of the annual cap will also reduce stress of many families who run out of subsidy towards the end of the financial year. They need to scramble to make ends meet, Ms. Davidson said. I mean, come on. The Parenthood Executive Director, Georgie Dent, welcomed the funding, but said the need for reform went far beyond fee relief. We also need to see measures that address the high increase in out-of-pocket costs, workforce turnover and shortages, Ms. Dent said. There's never any discussion about intervening in the regulation in this market. This is a highly regulated market, down to just the layout and design of the spaces, the amount of square meters you can have per child. They're not letting the market decide. This is government controlled and regulated. So no wonder these childcare businesses, they'd love this. It'd be the government tap, the government teat they can keep getting money from. And that ensures all children, regardless of their parents' background, have the opportunities that come from high-quality learning in the critical early years. I think it's more important to be with your parents. You need to be with your parents. That's it. You can teach your kids at home, okay? Seriously. Have you ever been into one of these places? Look at all the propaganda on the walls. Labor has, of course Labor will, they've slammed the announcement saying the comrades need to have their children indoctrinated. Sorry, I'm looking at something else. Slammed the announcement saying it was more about an election commitment than recognizing an opportunity to ease pressure on parents. How about we just reduce taxes? How about you just reduce taxes off parents? Let's go the Hungarian model. You know, you have 5 kids, you never pay any taxes for the rest of your life. I think that's a brilliant idea. 100%. Yes, yeah, completely unbiased. Oh. Anthony Albanese last year promised to scrap the subsidy cap and lift the maximum childcare subsidy rate to 90% for all children, not just the second and additional kids. Labor's childcare policy will assist through the subsidy more than 4 times those people who will receive assistance from the government's plan, Mr. Albanese says. Yeah, but how are you going to pay for it, mate? But Education Minister Alan Tudge said the investment was geared towards low and middle income earners who wanted to work extra days. This package removes the disincentives and the price measures so that families can have confidence to work when they want to work, knowing that subsidy will continue to apply. Business Council Chief Executive Jennifer Westacott said the changes were a crucial step to fixing some of the financial cliffs and disincentives that stop women working to their full potential and holding back economic growth. So that's what it is, everyone. To get women working. So they don't want to take care of your kids. They don't want to take care of... they don't want women and families to take care of your kids. It's another thing, breaking down the family structure, the family unit. I mean, it's very big in Soviet times, everyone. It was very big in Germany in the 30s when they went into Austria, putting all the kids in childcare, getting the women working. So you can't be at home. You couldn't possibly stay home and take care of your family and provide a household and teach your children. No. You've got to go serve Subway sandwiches or work for someone else. We saw it with with all the Lorna Jane. There's one project manager, she was actually under so much stress in that environment that she actually had premature birth to a child because she was pregnant at the same time Rachel was, which is probably a disaster having two people with baby brains run a project together. But, they'd be paid bugger all there. What, 60 grand a year? She was still working at a pizza shop on the weekend. And this is, held up as a feminist icon here in Australia, a woman who made it well in business. But is it worth it, everyone? Is it worth it? They only want you to work so it creates economic activity and for taxation. Do you want the state to raise your children? Rather, think about it. All this money that the government is piling into this childcare, that's tax money. So they suck it out of you and then they spit it right back at you. And you're meant to be grateful and kiss the floor the bloody politicians walk on, and the bureaucrats. The bureaucrats are the real problem. But is that where our culture's going? We're just going back to the socialist ways, where Papa State is going to take care of you. I guess if you're fatherless, and that's not led to a lot of social issues. So yeah, I suspect this is just to get that election campaign rolling. What do you reckon? Personally, I'm not a fan of it. I think it's a sign of a failed society where we're at a point where we have to depend on the state and forced taxation from others to pay to take care of people's kids because they've got no choice. What do you think? Let me know your opinions on this one, everyone. Thank you for watching. If you're a fan of the channel and enjoy the content I create here, there are a few ways you can support us. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. You can support us by signing up to Self-Wealth or Stake with our share tradings. You can use our affiliate links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or Aussie Broadband. You can buy our merch from Heiser Says. We have some lovely pocket squares featuring the Stein that I haven't used in a while. You can also support us by signing up using PayPal or Gold Pass. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.